Do you have a case study with HubSpot for marketing and Sales Cloud for sales? Yes, we have a ton of customers that use HubSpot and Salesforce concurrently. In fact, we have over 10,000 customers that use our native Salesforce integration. We have a dedicated team that manages that specific integration here at HubSpot. It's a big use case because ripping out your entire CRM is not something someone wakes up at 8 a.m. in the day thinking, I'm about to rip everything out. So that's actually a very common path that we see where customers evaluate maybe just Marketing Hub, and then they replace their Marketing Hub with, or Marketing Cloud with HubSpot Marketing Hub, and then they realize how awesome HubSpot is as a platform, and they maybe migrate over their sales CRM to HubSpot Sales Hub. And that's the other thing I would highlight there too, is you can find those case studies on our webinar. I'll try to drop some in the chat. But if you're trying to compare HubSpot Sales and Salesforce Sales Cloud, Salesforce Sales Cloud is more like HubSpot CRM, which is included in any of our products that you buy. When you think about Sales Hub at HubSpot, it's our CRM plus all of our sales engagement tools. So you have the calling and you have the quotes tools and you have all the sales engagement, the sequences, the one-to-one email, all that's included. With Salesforce, when you buy the Sales Cloud at Salesforce, it's just the CRM. And then all those additional features like the sequences and the billing and the quoting and all that stuff, those are all additional add-ons that you have to purchase. So just wanted to, plug that as well. Any other thoughts here? Yeah, I know, it's been a long time, Frank.
No, you're good. This is a common area that we either help take over and manage for some of our more enterprise level clients where they're managing millions of contacts and having to have a sync between HubSpot and Salesforce. But it is a common use case, right? HubSpot is known for being best in class at marketing automation. So coming over, getting your feet wet in HubSpot in Marketing Hub is a great way to get started. Now, there are some things to be aware of when you're setting up this type of integration. Obviously, there is a super powerful native integration, but you need to be thinking about things like HubSpot doesn't have a lead object in the way that Salesforce does. So I need to be mindful of that when I'm setting up my integration. I need to be mindful of what data exists in Salesforce and do I want all of it on the HubSpot side? So being thoughtful to things like inclusion lists or rules for when data gets synced, which direction, and who's going to be in charge in terms of the data on the HubSpot side overwrites data on Salesforce for these data points. So just some thought into how do you configure that integration, but this is absolutely a very common use case that we help.
And just a quick other color commentary, Veronica, for you. This could have changed as of recently, but up until my most recent data, HubSpot, there's actually more customers using HubSpot and Salesforce than Pardot and Salesforce, which is our Marketing Cloud product. So the use case is very, very common, and you'll be a very good company.
Yeah, limited sandbox. I know some of our sandbox features have maybe been more limited in the past, and Salesforce definitely has a very robust sandbox offering. However, this is definitely something for our product team that we've been working on. So we've been expanding our sandbox functionality. So maybe if you checked it out in the past, check it out again, and then also check out some new updates that hopefully will be coming at Inbound this year. I don't know if you want to speak to some of the more specifics, Frank or Brendan, about this.
I mean, I think this is an area where I like to be honest and say, yeah, the ability to have an exact replica of your instance from Salesforce is a great advantage. And HubSpot, I know, is going to get there. So there are certain things that you will have to be thoughtful of when you're trying to test things. So in most instances, and we've helped hundreds of clients navigate moving around in HubSpot and building complicated things, there have been very few instances that I can ever think of where the sandbox that we had access to from HubSpot was insufficient for our testing needs. And in instances where there are times that, hey, maybe we just need to do this live in production, those are things that you can establish best practices around. Doing it in off hours, doing it over the weekend, those types of things can be leveraged from a process standpoint when the platform itself doesn't have that functionality for you.